So anytime you have a logo on a colored background, you never want it to be dependent on that. You always want to have one in contrast. That could work on a white background or a light background. So let's go ahead and see if we can't reverse these colors out. So I'm just selecting all. I'm going to go to Edit Colors, and I'm just going to invert colors. So that'll kind of fill it in for me. Now I can get more precise with colors. So let's say we want to have this and this orange, or maybe purple. We'll have to kind of figure out what works. So perhaps this is purple. And we'll have to do something with the P here. So let's make the P, let's definitely make that a color, perhaps maybe the orange. Have that contrasted with purple. And maybe the circle is orange. Oh, let's go to stroke. Where's my stroke panel? If you can't find a panel, let's go to Windows and let's pull up stroke. There it is. Must have got deleting along the way, so I'm going to drag my stroke over here so I can have access to it later. Let's make that little patch there orange. And our drop shadow is going to need to change now. What I like to do is go ahead and sample the orange, double click and just make it slightly darker. Instant shadow right there. Perfect. So that could be an alternate version on a lighter background. And let's play around with the color options. Let me see if I can't go to invert colors again. Oh, that's kind of neat. Kind of like the cool colors. And this is when you experiment and you have an accident, and it ended up being a great accident, because I think that looks really neat if I just tweak the colors a little bit. That could be another option for the client. So I'm just going to slide this over, keep that later. So I have a couple different color options I worked on, just kind of trying some cool colors as well as the warm colors. And when you have a plumbing company or a company where you're out on the road and most of your advertising is word of mouth, seeing your van and the people's parking spots, I think you really need to attract people. And I think this is really nice. It'll be great for a healthcare company or a bank, but I think having these really bright, strong colors, it seems jarring, but it's really going to grab your attention. I can see this being applied to vans. So if you have this dark purple van with this orange, it really grabs you, and people are going to go, oh, that's Pike's Plumbing. It's a very memorable color combination. Doesn't always have to be the best on the eye, but if it grabs your attention and looks professional, sometimes that is really the point, and that's what the client's going to go for. So I would present some of these options to the client as a second option, but I really think I'm personally leaning toward this because I can see this extended beyond the logo a little better. And I like the contrast here of the orange and the purple as opposed to having all the text purple. So I'm starting to gravitate toward this one right here. So we can start to kind of move these off to the side as we're finalizing our selection. So let's zoom out. Let's move all these off to the side. They're great ideas, but it's not something I'm going to use. And I wanted to try one more thing out before we start to finalize. Let's go ahead and bring this over. I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to try it without the circle just to see if it looks clean, more clean. We're going to take this away, take the accent away, and start to play. Copy and paste. Maybe do this white. That's an option. Maybe I have to make this smaller. Maybe you make the corner go off the edge here. There's an old piece in there I need to delete. There we go. You know, that's really clean. I don't know if you can make out the P quite as well. That's okay. I'll just copy and paste and keep going. It's exactly how the process I go through with logos. I just keep going, copying and pasting, because you never know if I need to go back to another concept and go, oh, I do like that. Let me do something different. So I always keep everything kind of around so I can access it. So let's try, this is orange. Okay, let's keep going. And I wonder if we could make this a little smaller, tuck it up here to the left, maybe kind of do an extended drop shadow, a manual one. So let's draw that. Kind of one of those extended long shadows that you see that are very popular. Of course, trends do change, so you don't want to be too trendy because your logo is not going to stand the test of time. But I'm just going to see how this looks, just kind of experiment. Do a darker shadow, something like that. Of course, I would need to smooth out the edges, but I'm just kind of seeing if I like that direction. I could even do this as a gradient. So let's get my gradient panel right here. And let's make that the same orange color. So let's double click the swatch. Okay, so this is 0, 53, 100. Okay, let's go to our gradients. Okay, so 0, 53, 100. That should be the same orange color. Oops, 100 that we've been using. And I'm going to go and click this, and then I'm clicking right next to it. And I don't need this blue anymore. So I just created our own gradient. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to make the opacity on this right swatch, I'm going to make the opacity 0. And I'm going to make this color a lot darker, and you'll see what I'm doing right here. So now I have the gradient fading from opacity to 0 opacity. So it gets to kind of blend into nothingness. So it has a nice feathered blend to it. It's not a harsh ending to that. So you see kind of how it starts dark and it goes lighter. I'll go ahead and drag this out so you can kind of see. So it's a great way to feather things when you're doing gradients. So now I don't even have to soften the edge, although I probably would in the final logo, because it blends into nothing. 0 opacity on that second gradient. Drag this out. So 0, and that's set to 100. So a quick way to do that. So do I like that? I don't know. I think that's too brown looking. I'm going to select both of those colors and go edit colors, and I can go to adjust color balance and edit colors this way. So click on preview, see if I can't modify the color a little bit. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Kind of a yellow, black. Click OK. We can always go back to our gradient and change it this way, make it darker. Just like that. Maybe make it less brown. Add more red in there. Just kind of playing around with the selections. Of course, I do everything in CMYK, as you're noticing. I think that would be neat in purple. So let's go ahead and copy and paste. This will be the last one I do, I promise, and then we'll be able to kind of finish our logo. So let's do this in purple. So let's do the same thing that we did before. Let's swap out these colors. Swapping everything out to see if purple would look cool. And I may end up going with the other concept, but it never hurts to give people options, clients options. You never know which one they're going to pick, and they always surprise me that they pick the ones that I may not be as excited about. It's very common.